This is where we place the Pilates ball when we start to do our core work in class. I'm going to show you how we use a Pilates ball to build core strength, core stability, and just to really optimize and accelerate the exercises that we do to strengthen the core. I just love the Pilates ball, and we use it in our online program. We use it in our in-person program. I use it with my clients, and I use it for myself to build core strength. So the first way that we use it is that we place the Pilates ball. And by the way, if you don't have a Pilates ball, watch this anyway, learn, and then reach out, send me a comment, and I will send you a link about where to get a Pilates ball. So the first thing we do is we place the Pilates ball underneath the hips. And you want to be sure to place it underneath your pelvis and not underneath your lower back. And if you're not sure, think about it like this. You want your hips to fall into that Pilates ball. It should feel good, by the way, and you should be able to rock side to side. And we call this a rocking bridge. And this just feels so good. And what I love is that I'm going to show you some core exercises, but you can always default to just doing this when you're watching TV at night. Just take that ball out and rock it side to side. Now, once you're sure you have it in the right spot underneath your hips, you take your hands on your hips and you take your legs up to tabletop. Now, there will be a moment, whether you're advanced or beginner, there's always a moment where you think you're going to fall, but then you don't. And your brain registers success like, hey, I can do it. That said, if you're feeling really shaky, you can experiment with just taking one leg up at a time. But what we want to do is we're trying to give our body a challenge. Because when you give your body a challenge, your body adapts to that challenge by getting fitter and stronger. So your legs are up at tabletop. Your knee is in line with your hip. Your shins are parallel. And you're just taking a moment balancing. We're working our core, we're working our balance, and because it's new and we're trying something new, we're absolutely working our grit. Then you bring it down. If that went well, you go on to the next exercise. So what we do is we take the legs up to tabletop, pause here, and then you extend one leg out. And this is a variation of an exercise that we do called dead bug, and I have about 25 variations of this. This is the basic template for what you're trying to do. You're keeping the ribs stable and soft. You're keeping the natural arc of the back, and your legs are moving out. Now, when you think about this, your core, right, your torso, needs to be stable as your limbs move. In life, whether you are taking a hike, a bike ride, a run, picking up a package, playing tennis or pickleball, whatever it is we want to do, we need to keep our core stable as our limbs move. And that is what this exercise does. So that is our first variation, a dead bug, and you can try it a couple of times. Again, make it work for you. If it's way too much, keep one leg on the floor, no worries at all. But let's say that went well. And if you work on it consistently, it will go well. I'm going to show you what comes next. So what we're going to do is we're going to place that once more underneath the hips. And now we're going to take the arms up. Now the same rule applies. We want to keep our torso stable, respect the natural arc of the back, and keep the ribs soft. Your palms face each other, and you take down one arm and then the other. Now, as you do this, if it feels wonky on your shoulders, you could take it down less, as I'm demonstrating now, or you could try with a slightly different arc of the arm, maybe take it more out to the side. The goal is, think about this, is that we're moving our limbs, our arms, not as our torso, as our core is staying still. So if that goes well, and it will go well once you practice it a few times, we're putting those two things together, arms and legs. So the legs are up, the arms are up. Take a moment. So there'll be a moment that happens to everyone where you feel like you'll fall, but you don't. And your brain registers success. And the way that we become confident is not through guessing and hoping, but through actual evidence. We have evidence that we can stay here, so we're more confident in the exercise. Then we do alternate arm and leg. So it's left thumb, right leg. Now, what do you do if this is too hard? And then you switch. you can take the leg more towards the ceiling. What do you do if it's too confusing, like it's too much going on? Cancel the arms and just do the legs. Excellent. So that is a variation or a version of dead bug that you can try at home using the Pilates ball. We do it in our classes and we have some other variations, but that's the basic template and it's so, so good. Now, another way that we use the ball to build our core in our classes is that we use it in plank. And the reason why we use it in plank is that often if you're in plank, your legs are going all over the place. You're not exactly sure where you're supposed to feel it. We feel it too much in our back. We feel it too much in our shoulders. Adding the Pilates ball to your plank makes it easier to do correctly. It doesn't make it easier, but it makes it easier to do right. So let me show you what I mean. You take that ball and you place it between the adductors and you give it a little squeeze. And then you'll be right here and you'll give that Pilates ball a little hug. That should feel good on your back. You're activating your inner thighs. And if anyone is brand new to working on planks, this would be enough. You practice squeezing the ball, pushing your hands into the floor beneath you, reaching your scalp away from your tailbone. But then you come up into plank. And what I love about having the ball is that your legs can squeeze the ball and you feel it so much in your core. Now, once you're able to do that, and again, if you can't do it for a long time, you do it for a shorter time, then we're going to add in one more element, which makes doing a plank with the ball so super fabulous. So once again, you start here. You give that ball a gentle squeeze, and then you come back into plank. Now you squeeze the ball, and you move slightly forward and back. And in our classes, we call this a moving plank. And if you're feeling crazy intimidated, like, I'm never going to do that, no way, no how, I hate this, what you do is you squeeze the ball and you do the moving plank this way. Remember that every exercise is adaptable and adjustable to work for you. And the key is to know how to use these instructions to adapt and adjust the exercise to work for you. I'd love you to give those exercises a try and let me know which one is your favorite. And if you'd like a full class with the Pilates ball, working on core strength, working on mobility, working on all the good things that exercise can do for you, just check out the link below. And remember, exercise works when you know how to work it.